Hi, good morning. I wanted to, I'm going to be leaving here in just a few minutes to go to a place called Restore. It's Habitat for Humanity. If you have one in your town, I know that if you're not in the United States, you probably don't, but you probably have something like it. Habitat for Humanity is an organization that provides housing for low-income people through their efforts to build and what have you, and donations. And they have what's called Restore, and it's a charity store. You know, you can get all kinds of stuff there. And I'll be sharing what I got with you. I told you that I'd show you what a new wig deal looks like. This is the wig that I just got. And what I'm going to do first, I use these brushes from Temu for all. I just love the brush. I wouldn't have ever thought that I would like a brush like this. When I was younger, I didn't like plastic brushes. I grew up on the boar hair brush that was really hard. That's what my mom used on me. And this works really well for wigs, and Peyton likes it. Well, my granddaughter likes it because the curl in her hair doesn't go away. So I brushed it, and now what I'm going to do is shake it. What I did first, I should have told you this, I'm sorry. On the inside of the wig cap are two elastic bands. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there, and it has a connector. And if the wig cap is too big, you can make it smaller. And my wig caps have been too big. So I moved it over a couple of notches for both of them, and we'll see how that fits. I think it's going to be okay. Let's see. It was loose without it. I did try it on to see if I was going to have to reduce it, and I did. Now there are two little tabs that you'll find, and those tabs are, I'm going to make this go up a little bit, just a sec. They go right at your temple. But as you can see, it's like the shape and everything is okay. This one is fuller like the first one. And there are pros and cons to that. The first one that I got, I have curled. The second one I didn't, but it's a lighter wig. I think this one's going to be pretty good. They look really similar, don't they? Let me see. I'm just looking at the camera when I'm looking that way, and I can't see what I'm doing very well. If you can get away with it, don't spray it. If you need to, get an alcohol-free hairspray. And I just don't spray them because I don't have any alcohol-free hairspray. But just play with it. You know, you can get it to go where you want it to, pretty much. Carry a brush with you. You know, it's going to blow like any other hair would. Don't be afraid to fix it before you get out and after you get out and all of that stuff. It's fun. What do you think? Maybe that could go down just a tad. There. Well, I'm pleased with this one. They're so similar that, you know, it's just a blessing to have them. And they're not hard to get going. So, you know, this may be what you're looking for, those of you that are toying with the idea of having a wig. Okay, I will see you in a little bit. Hi. Well, I'm back. Now we're in my craft room. And it's really a mess in here. It's not as organized as I'd like it to be, but after I show you what I got at Habitat for Humanity, I think that I'd like to wrap a few gifts, and you had said that that would be something you'd be interested in being here for. By the way, this is Denise. Welcome to my home. I love it that you're here. I love that you want to be here. Thank you. I don't think that I really need to qualify Temu on this video because the only thing Temu is what I'm wearing, and you've seen that before. So we'll just do this as a miscellaneous video. I don't know what to call it. But I think I told you that we have a Habitat for Humanity. I don't know if you're familiar with Habitat. It was started in the 70s. And it got a lot of popularity because Jimmy Carter, our president in the 70s, was very interested in helping people to do the things that Habitat does. Habitat, I don't know how they administer it. I really don't. But what ends up happening is you qualify for a house, and then you help with the build with for other people. And I believe that you help with your own build as well. And the payments are affordable. It's something that you can buy and live in. It's really kind of neat. I didn't get my stuff out. Well, we'll worry about that later. I wanted to share with you some of the things that I got. Habitat. Now, I don't know. If you're in the United States, there are Habitats for Humanity all over. I don't know if you're in another country. I'm sure that there are charity shops there too. And we have Salvation Army and Goodwill and Vincent de Paul and other places as well. I like Habitat. This particular Habitat for Humanity prices clothing at $1 a piece. For little kids, for kids' clothing, it's 50 cents a piece. They're really interested in seeing that people have what they need. And that, for me, just speaks volumes. My two items of clothing are a bra. This is a nice bra. I have a hard time finding bras that work for me. I have bras right now, but they still slide around. And I'd like to find one that's comfortable, that does what it's supposed to do, and stuff. This one is lightly used. It was $1. And I found this blouse. I love it. It's not Temu, but I love it anyway. This is a hand-embroidered blouse. I don't know if you can see the embroidery on it. It was made in Peru. Is that where it was made? Made in Peru. So it has a bit of an Indian, Peruvian theme to it. It is all white. Look at that embroidery. Isn't that pretty? It's 100% cotton. It's a long top. And even at the bottom, The lace is just beautiful. There are a couple of spots on it. I'm sure I can get them out. One looks like lipstick, and it might have been mine. I don't know. I haven't tried it on yet. And then there's a couple of spots where, oh gosh, is that even still there? It's really not. You know how you hang things on the side of your cart when you're shopping? I shouldn't have done that with this because it was hitting the floor and I didn't realize it. So I'm sure it'll all come out though. And items like this is 100% cotton. And the care instructions say to wash it cold and hand wash cold water, which I can do. And you don't put it in the dryer. I have no idea what size it is. It's a medium, so it should fit. I've wanted a blouse like this for many years. I haven't been able to afford one. These blouses in the store would be $40 or $50, I'm sure. So the thrift shopper in me is still alive and well. I found this flat fold paper. Whoops. There's 6 sheets in every bundle. And the bundles, let me show you how big the paper is. And these aren't marketed as brand new. Someone donated them. But you can wrap a whole present, like a shirt box, in one of these. And they were 50 cents a piece. I have the Santa. Did I count that right? Maybe there aren't 6 sheets because everything's folded up. Maybe there are. I surprise myself sometimes that 2, 3, 4 sheets in each bundle. And this is really heavy paper. I couldn't afford to go out and buy this. I buy the cheapy stuff at the dollar store if I buy it, or I get it at rummage sales. But there's this one. This one. This is thicker. I wonder if there's more pages than this one. Everything is kind of color coordinated too, and I like that. One, 2. Three, 4. I think there are 6 in this one. 5. And they're big. I think this is adorable. And then I got that one. So I'll have stuff to wrap with other than what I had anyway. I bought some what's supposed to be homemade invitations. There are 10 of them, and it has templates for the invitations. But I got this. This is really nice cardstock. There are 10 of them. And I thought, you know, instead of doing Christmas cards that are already engraved with something, that I would write something personal on each one. I won't be sending many, and I'll probably be hand delivering some. 10 will be plenty. Did you see the border on this? It's really pretty. It's old-fashioned Santa Clauses. And then the envelopes are full size, so you don't have to fold the card to put it in the envelope. They're the right size. This will be fun. I would prefer to get something handwritten. So hopefully this will be something that others will appreciate as well. My cats are having a blast in here. Things are put up pretty well, and I don't know that they're going to knock too much down. Although they can figure out a way, I'm sure. One of the candles that I got, this was $2. Oh, this was $1. The stationery was $1. This candle was $2. Interiors. Oh, this is a home interiors candle. So I know this was spendy. It's brand new. Nothing has ever been done to it. I gave $2 for this. It's petals and pears, so it's roses and pears. It's really a pretty scent. It's a light scent. And you remember I got the candle warmer, or the candle, that light that warms candles. I got that, and this should fit on there really well, and it'll last a long time. When you melt candles, the aroma stays around a lot longer than if you light them. So this was $2. Home interiors. I bought some regular tapers. They're ivory, and there are 4 of them. They have a scent. I'm surprised. Usually they don't. They say ivory. Burn in heat resistant holder, never burn unattended. They aren't real long, and someone used some out of there because there are only 4 in here. But I'll be able to use them during the Christmas season and have my candle holders with candles. And they are scented. I paid 50 cents for 4 tapers. What else is in there? There's something else in there. What is it? What is that for? I think it was a mistake. I love Temu, and I love ordering from Temu. I absolutely have a passion for buying secondhand. And I guess Temu is the closest thing, price-wise, of doing what I did today. I don't get to go very often, and it's really tough, you know. I tire myself out. I found this little guy, and it's a votive holder. Isn't that pretty? This was $1. It's ceramic. It's got a tag on the bottom. I wonder what it says. I understand why they do this, because people will switch tags. But when you have tags that come apart in pieces, it makes it tough. I thought maybe we'd have a brand or something under here. It was $20. summer somewhere. It's beautiful. It's weighted. And it will hold a votive. And I just happen to have bought some votives. I have more than one package of them. I don't like that they're black, but they're scented and they smell really good. I can't do really strong scents. And these are kind of, I'm going to have to see because they're kind of strong. But they are Bella Candela candles. They had a whole box of, well, it wasn't a big box, but it was part of a case of one of them. And these were $2.50 for 4 candles. And this is they're soy candles. They're made in, these are sold in Hobby Lobby. They were made in Vietnam, though. Let me see if it says anything about the original price. If it's Hobby Lobby, it was probably pretty expensive. And these weren't used at all. For those of my friends that are not in the United States, I don't know if you have Hobby Lobbies where you are, but it's a real high-end craft and home decor store. I have a clock that is out in my garage. I've got to buy more hands for it, and they have them at Hobby Lobby. These were originally $3.99. So they weren't that much. But I'd rather pay $2.50 for them than $3.99. I'm sure you have stores like that where you are, in Canada or the UK, Australia. It's not saying what the scent is. Cotton. It says cotton. But they're kind of a green. They're really pretty. I wouldn't have any problem giving these as gifts. I don't remember if I showed you, but I will show you. They're tins. I got them from Temu. And they're wrapped in a design. It isn't just on the outside of the tin. It's on the bottom and around the edges and on the top and around the edges. They're beautiful. And they're perfect size for candles. So I'll be putting some sets together and giving them away for my daughters, I think. I bought a couple years ago, probably 3 years ago, Dollar Tree, which there again, I don't know if you guys have that in other countries. I'm sure all over the United States they're around. But they had the buffalo plaid, they had placemats, and it says blessed, and they're beautiful. Black and white placemats, and then coffee cups, and they say blessed. And napkins. And a tray. Anyway, there are quite a few pieces. And I'll be able to put candles in there too. So I think that would be a really fun gift to receive. It'll be fun to give. They always have free stuff. And this is a piece of wood. It's really good wood. It's probably pine. I don't know. And it's I'm going to repurpose it. I got it free. And the whole reason I went was for hangers. I know that I can't get out of there. I spent $14. I got 2 10-packs of hangers for $1 each. So I didn't have to go get me a GoFundMe account. And let's see. There's another little wooden thing that I found that I'm going to repurpose. I think it's already been repurposed. I think that they put, it's a picture frame. But we're going to just repurpose it again. The back comes off so you can put pictures in there. And they call it a photo frame. Imported, where's it made? Greenbrier International Incorporated, Votive Parkway, Chesapeake, Virginia, in Canada. I'm thinking that it was imported from France because it's written in French. I guess, though, that Ontario is, there's French in Ontario, huh? I don't know. But anyway, I think it'll be really cute to repurpose. And then the rest of what's in here, I found in the family room, and I need to put it away. I spent several hours yesterday going through earrings and jewelry, putting things together. I had lost one of these earrings. I hadn't even gotten them in my room and lost one of them. I hauled those last time. I'm going to be right back. Hi. Okay. I went and put those clothes in the washer and got my tape and stuff together. Let me see. Make sure I did. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Here's some more candles that were, they're candles on a string. I'm not crazy about, well, I like blue, but that's not what I decorate with. But I think I can put stuff on them and hang them, and they'll look really pretty. Because they have the joining strings. And these I thought that I told her I didn't want, but I think she just put them in my bag anyway. They're candle rings. There's so many things that I can think to do with these things. I still got that whole box of them over here, so those will add to the box. I spent $14.44, $13.50 and 94 cents tax. And there are these hanging things. I used to do a lot of this kind of stuff, you know, hang it between the pictures and what have you. I haven't had anything to do that with. I'll definitely change the color of these. We have company. I don't know if she'll come around or not. Up. There's her daughter. They're nosing around. don't think that you're seeing any cat yet. Okay, so that was what, thank you. They did knock down stuff. But they have to, I guess. They just have to. I think that what I'm going to do first is probably put these things back in a bag. And then they can be out of the way. I find that I pick up stuff off the floor more than anything else I do, is pick up stuff that they knock down. So I might as well just put the whole bag on the floor, and I can't go any farther to the floor than that. Anyway, these Habitat stores, if you haven't been to one, if you're from the United States and you haven't been to one, it used to be that they just carried like building material that was left over from builds, and now they carry all kinds of stuff. It's just like a thrift store. They do still have materials, building materials, and you can get stuff for really cheap, like doors and windows, and gosh, they have appliances, doors, windows, cupboards, paint. I have a bunch of paint that I have plans for. Haven't done it. Hold on, please. Thank you. They're fun stores to go to anyway. So I have Peyton's gifts, and I thought I'd go ahead and start with hers, so I can get them under the tree, get them out of the way so that she's not tempted to peek. Our Temu bags are so handy. I have a whole bag full of Temu bags, and it must weigh 10 pounds. So they shipped all that to ship us what they ship us. I've got boxes of, tubs of boxes. Let's see what I have here. Christmas bags. Peyton doesn't like Christmas. She kind of, Halloween is her favorite holiday, and I think that she probably had a lot of ruined Christmases. This is kind of big for those. It's just a pair of pants. And you know, she's been here. This will be, I want to say, the 4th Christmas that she's been with me. Maybe it's the 3rd. It takes a while to build new memories, you know, and maybe for her to see that her world isn't going to come crashing down like it has in the past. It's a nativity set. Oops, now I just dumped something on the floor. It doesn't have to be shaped like the pants, I don't think. That way she can't guess what she's getting either. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of tissue paper pretty quick. So not everything is going to be wrapped the way I'd like to do it. But that's the way it goes. And I'm going to have to go to Dollar Tree tomorrow anyway. I may just buy some tissue paper for $1.25. I hate to spend a bunch of money on wrapping paper. It just gets ripped off. It's kind of fun to have it pretty, but oops. It just gets ripped. I hold these pants. I'm sure you've seen them. I don't know if you remember. But they're baggy pants. They have lots of little pockets on them. She had wanted and was wearing skinny leggings. And then all of a sudden she wanted the poofy pants. So I got her a pair of these. And the only color that she will wear is black. The packaging tape or the wrapping tape doesn't work to put boxes back together. I have to use packaging tape to do that. I have in the past done all kinds of things to confuse my children. At any given time, there could be up to 8 kids in my house. When my older kids moved out and were on their own, I had foster kids too. So at Christmas time, it was quite the thing. I would assign different paper to different kids, and nobody would know what paper they were getting, or even that I was doing that. I would change up every year. If I had become senile, it would have been a real rough go. Everybody would be opening everybody else's stuff. Let's see. Boy, this is good paper. Regular tape. Why can't they just find a spot and lay down? They have to dig and explore, and now they're going to get mad at each other. There's 2 little girls that are facing off right now. I hope they stay nice enough. get the price tag off of this. I think this is where I'm going to start doing my hauls. I like doing it in the family room where it's pretty. I don't know. I like doing it by the Christmas trees and stuff. But I have this neat table in here that puts me at a better height and I can close the door behind me. Well, sort of. The cats don't stand for that much. They've got to be in the middle of everything. I'm surprised the dogs aren't in here. It's going to be just about the right size. I'm kind of slow at this. My hands don't want to work the way that they used to. I like to get a head start on things. I think one of the things that's hardest for me is when I've got a bunch of wrapping to do at the very last minute. Because then it's not enjoyable. You're under the gun. Temu had 500 tags for $3 and something. And it's a big roll of tags, and they're regular size tags. They're not tiny. And I bought those. Should last me for a couple of Christmases, I would think. Do you remember years ago when you could go to the department store and get your gifts wrapped and stuff? Or it wasn't terribly expensive. I guess it was at the time. Why do you have to get in there? Don't get in there. Goofy cat. Oh, the tape isn't really holding this. I wonder why. I always wanted to wrap presents at the department store. I never did. I thought it would be fun to have have access to all of those pretty things to wrap gifts. They really knew what to do. I don't know, maybe the big stores still do this. I know that there's still a storefront for Macy's in New York City and maybe some of the big towns. But malls are just kind of like not happening anymore. Okay, come on. You don't need to be in front of the camera. Present number 1. This is the charm bracelet I got for her. I brought in some smaller boxes from the other room. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Stranger Things. If it wasn't for my granddaughter, I wouldn't know what it was at all, because it's not my cup of tea. And she doesn't watch TV here. She doesn't want to be in with me, I guess. But these are all of her little... Well, these are just anime. They're not anything with Stranger Things. I don't think. But she likes anime. Let me see here if I can find the little boxes. I'm going to turn you off and come right back. Okay, I found this one, and this should be fine. I like boxes. This has the Santa Claus on it, and the Christmas trees, and it's pretty. And they're laying on my tissue paper, the darling cats. But I happen to have some more over here, so... I'll just use that instead. I won't wrap this box. I'll put a bow on it. Are you in here too, little one? And now there's 3 in here. I close the door and don't let them be in here by themselves for a number of reasons. Mostly because they're so destructive. Leaking out the bottom. I'll have to tape it. I've always wanted to do, and I did to a certain point, at one point. There was one year where I wrapped little boxes and bigger boxes and bigger boxes and bigger boxes. So I thought it would be fun to watch them open and open and open. And it was. We have some good memories at Christmas. I hope they have other good memories too. I think they do. Some of my kids claim that their childhood was icky and others don't. So I guess it's just how you experience things. Get out of there. That's mine. Go away. I didn't put that up there for you. I get so little, I don't want to share. I do, but, you know, not right now. I don't want to put tape on this. I'll just wait and put, do you really have to do this? Go away. Go. Go. Here's present number 2. This is like a poppet. What is it called? Do you remember the Addams Family? When I was young, the Addams Family was popular. And this is Wednesday. And she said she liked Wednesday, and now she doesn't, but she's getting it anyway. I think she does. She's just being silly. No, come on now, no. They're pushing everything off the table. Look at them. This is what they do. And she's pushing this way so she could just push everything off the table. That's Mama and one of the daughters. The other daughter's the one that tried to steal my cheese. I think I'll be able to cut the paper down on this one. If I had more table, I could do it on the table. But alas, I don't. No, no. I should get my squirt bottle and bring it in here. They really don't like that a lot. So far, my tree has not been attacked too badly. Of course, the squirt bottle works really well. I feel like I'm being mean when I use it, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is like having toddlers. You know, toddlers think that everything is about them and it's all for them because that's just the way they are, you know. We're born completely selfish and completely dependent, and we have to learn other ways. And animals never do. They just are little babies always. I can do it like this and still save some paper. I think I'll have enough room to do corners this way, or I could do it this way. Probably do it this way. I used to eyeball things really, really well. And I would never, ever have patches in my wrapping paper. I found that my depth perception, I have macular degeneration, and it affects my depth perception. And with that being said, it just I don't eyeball stuff like I used to. It'll be slanted, or with wrapping paper, I wind up not having enough. I know some people have traditions of not wrapping presents until Christmas Eve. I don't know how they do that. Well, actually, my daughter does that too. And I did some wrapping on Christmas Eve. If it's something that took assembly, and of course I did it on Christmas Eve. But otherwise, it was funny, you know, the kids would camp outside the bedroom door, and as I would wrap presents, I'd hand them to the kids, and they'd go put them under the tree. And in the process, they'd try to guess what it was. I didn't let them pick up and shake very much because I wanted them to be surprised. So the only time that they could really handle it without me saying something or giving them the eye was when they were taking it from the bedroom to the tree. A lot of fond memories. A lot of fond memories. It goes by so fast, doesn't it? It's not about the presents and all of that. There's something about the magic of Christmas. And when they were little, you know, we'd always read the Christmas story, and most of the time, I would say there wasn't a Christmas that they were young that I didn't read the night before Christmas. On the night before, I always read to my kids. We did bedtime stories forever. We always had a routine. We'd do dinner, and then they would take their baths. I'd do the dishes. Number 3. The girls always had long hair, so after bath it would be, you know, brushing out their beautiful hair and jammies, and then we'd read a story and say prayers. They all learned to say prayers at a very young age. I encouraged them to say them out loud. And they are the best prayers. I don't think they do it anymore, but they were when they were young. You know, they love God. I'm not saying they don't anymore, but the expression is different now. And I think that, you know, what starts out as your parents' faith. They have to develop their own. I got these for Peyton. She wears these now. She's got this cute little figure. I can't wear these because they're just all over the place. But they're little bralettes. And I got her mediums. And these are larges, so she can start out with a new set of bras. And these are Temu. And there are 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5 of them. I know when I was young, it wasn't wonderful just to get clothes. But as I got older, I don't remember. After my brother died, things changed a lot. And nothing was ever the same again. And how could it be, you know? That was a huge deal. It's going to be too big. I honestly don't remember Christmas as much after that. That's a big box too. I think that for whatever reason, I shut things out a lot. I'm just going to use this one. It'll be kind of big, but oh well. More to guess about. Okay, we're down to one cat in here now. I guess the other ones got bored. I just have Milo in here, the mama cat. She's so pretty. I thought I was going to have to get rid of her because she was peeing on my bed. But she stopped. I think that the hormones of being pregnant and nursing and all of that just messed with her a lot. She's spayed now, so we shouldn't have that problem anymore. When I got her, she was just postpartum. She had just had her babies. And she came out of a situation where the woman loved animals, but she didn't have the wherewithal to take care of them. Come on, get up. Up, 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 up. So I took 2 adult cats and 4 babies. The babies didn't even have their eyes open yet. Two of those babies got placed, and then the other 2 are here. And Milo and the mama and 2 babies. And then I have we called her Gremlin, the kitty. She's part Mancoon. She's not real big like a Mancoon, but she has that Mancoon face. And she's just a mess. I think she's allergic to everything in the world. Her poor little body has sores on it a lot. But the most loving cat you've ever seen. I think I've told you that. Well, move. Thank you. Come on now. No. I think I've told you I sleep in a chair. Laying down isn't comfortable for me. And, what, you can be up here, babe. Well, she took everything with her. She's one that digs in when you try to move her. She just holds on for dear life. I can't find the end of this tape. I know there's an end. I think that's it. Is that it? It is. I've had dispensers before. I have no idea what happened to them. That's no good. This takes more time than most anything else, locating ends of tape. Done so much moving in my life that it's like second nature to put boxes together and stuff like that. I've been in my house now for this one for 3.5 years. This is the first place that's felt like home in a very, very long time. I had another house that I bought for very, very little. It had been abandoned and needed a lot of work. Shoot, this is just coming off in pieces. And I really like that house a lot. It had been abandoned for 9 years. And the plumbing was leaking out to the sewer line, so I had to have that dug out so that the water could be hooked up. And the electrical was messed up, so we had to take care of that. And it was just so neat to see that house come to life. It had been so long since anything had been turned on, and when the power got turned on, it was almost like seeing a baby born. And it needed a lot of work, but, you know, I was up for it, and I really wanted to do it. And my kids, my one daughter that has 4 babies, they had bought a house. And it was not there were a lot of abandoned homes in this town. It was the auto industry up and left. And people moved out because there wasn't work. Or work that they were prepared to do. You know, it's when you try to reinvent yourself after something like that. The generations of people have been, you know, it didn't matter whether you went to college because the auto industry paid so well. Okay, what did they do with my tape? That, that's what kids would do. You know, they knew that they were going to go and get a job at the factory. So that's what they did. And when the auto industry left, it took a lot of people out of this town. And there were a lot of homes that were left just abandoned. So anyway, people got wind, I'm sure that they do in every town where this happens. And someone sold in this house and they didn't own the house to sell it. The owners of record had died or something. I don't remember what it was, but they were not owners of record. And my daughter ended up paying for years on a house that she couldn't own because it wasn't sold legally. And they had to get out. And she had just had her third baby. She has 4. And I gave her that house. They had to make the payments on it and stuff. But I went and lived in a assisted living. At that time, assisted living sounded pretty good, and that was before I had the second batch of grandkids. So I lived there for about 8 months. They ended up paying off that house, and it was a really nice stepping stone for them to get the home that they're in now. So it wasn't a big house. I'm patching, but I didn't have a choice. It was a perfect house for kids. It was like a 2.5 bedroom house. When I moved into that house, I had to have somebody come in, and a tree had fallen on the roof, and it was bad. And there had been water damage for years. And when they fixed that, what you would probably say was a closet, it was really big, and it had the ability to have access to a bathroom and stuff like that. So I had to put a window in it. I was going to use it for a half bedroom and put like loft bed, bunk bed in there, and then those 2 bedrooms, a Jack and Jill bedroom, would be able to get into the bathroom with no trouble. They didn't end up following through with that. And I told you all of this to tell you that they use that as a storage, hold on, a storage closet. And my granddaughter called it the memory room. And I thought that was just so cool because all of their memories were stored in there. You know, their Christmas stuff, and although there was a garage, it was just such a neat setup. There was a double yard, a double lot, lots of room for the kids to play, and it was fenced. I would still live there today if things hadn't happened the way they did. But I'm just so grateful that the house was available to them. And you know what's really interesting is I knew that was going to happen. I knew when I got that house it was for her. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just knew it was. It would be for her eventually. I lived in assisted living for a while. It was okay. I had a 1-bedroom apartment, and it didn't have a stove. It had a kitchenette in it, but it didn't have a stove. So I got a George Foreman grill, and I could use that. And I had a little microwave and a refrigerator, and you know, it was kind of an easy peasy thing to do. And when I knew that my grandkids were going to be, their mom had been evicted and was dealing with some pretty severe issues herself. Where's the tape? There it is. And it looked like the kids are going to wind up going into foster care. So I moved out. And started this I started out renting again. And had the kids. And then we had the opportunity to buy a trailer. It was tiny. It was a 2-bedroom trailer. And I put the 2 little kids in the master bedroom, and then the older daughter got the second bedroom. And I just stored my stuff. I slept in the chair anyway. And at that time, I wasn't very healthy. So it worked out fine. And I'm not saying that, you know, that's why I was in a chair. I'd been sleeping in a chair for years. It's just with my neck and back and stuff. And what happened here, I think it probably happened all over the United States. I don't know that it happened in different countries, though. In 2019, the interest rates dropped and continued to drop. And I entertained the idea of well, I bought a car, and my credit score started going up. And with the interest rates low, I thought, well, maybe I could just buy a house. Well, guess what? I did. And that was huge. That was here. I got my house for, I think I told you, probably about $20,000 less than the appraised value. The owners died, and the family just wanted out so that they could, you know, get their money. And then the interest rate was down. I have a 3% interest rate on this house. So just really, really a blessing. God was in it all the way. Okay, this is a little t-shirt that I got for her. It's everything she has is from Temu. So this is a really soft. This is almost a fleece on the outside. It's not, but it feels soft like that. And it has a skull on it. I guess that's just kind of what she likes. When my other kids were growing up, I had them from the time they were little. And the first batch of grandkids I had when they were real little too, from newborn. So the values and stuff that I instilled in them were ones that I could do that with, because it was like being a new parent again and all of that. But with this granddaughter, and the second batch of kids, they were 5 and 8 and 13. And the 13-year-old was having issues that wound up being pretty severe. And she needed to be in a care facility for a little while. But the little ones there, again, it was a situation where they were little and I could instill good values and so forth, and they love the Lord. And even the girl that had the severe issues, she loved God. The things that happen to kids sometimes, I just don't understand it. And then, you know, it used to be a pat thing that you thought, well, when someone acts like that, they must have had a horrible bringing up, and my daughter did not. You know, they were never homeless. I never had bad things around them. Their father had been in Vietnam and exposed to Agent Orange on a huge level. He was in Vietnam for two tours of duty. And the Agent Orange, I could go on and on about that, but I've done quite a bit of, not as much as I should have, I don't think, but I've done some research about Agent Orange. And it was a pretty devastating thing to do to our soldiers. The government knew that Agent Orange had the potential to harm anybody that it touched. And my husband was a Marine. He wasn't my husband then. He was just 19 when he was over there. It was pretty bad, 19 and 20. Babies were drafted. You know, they would come on campus and draft kids that were still in high school. But anyway, all of my kids were affected by Agent Orange. They've all had issues as a result. My grandkids have issues as a result. They say that it can affect, well, we're dealing it like with Generation 4 now, and we're still finding effect. It was a pretty bad deal. So we're looking at different things other than environmental. For why things happened. Trying to think of, I have several grandchildren that are autistic. The one that I have now being one. None of them are affected in such a way that they can't function. You know, I was very blessed that they're high-functioning kids. But it takes its toll socially. It takes its toll in other ways. And there are physical anomalies that are related. My kids all have issues. And their kids have issues. And the thing that you need to figure out is how to be productive with those kinds of issues. And you can be. I think that we're a real drug-related society that the first thing that anybody wants to do is hand you a drug. And that doesn't show you how to live. And I guess I told you all this, what I was leading up to with Peyton. She didn't come squeaky clean. She's had a lot of stuff go on in her little life that patterned her in a different way than what I would have chosen for her. God can use all of that. Right now, she doesn't have much use for God. She doesn't do well at school. And the autism is a big part of that. And she had 13 years before I had her where things weren't done for her that needed to be done in order for her to succeed. And now she doesn't figure that she can. And that's going to have to be something that she deals with. She's old enough now that her life choices are pretty critical, and I can't make them for her. I'm going to have some presents to put under the tree. I've just kind of gone on and on here. Okay, what is this? I've forgotten what I got. This is sand art. I think she'll really like this. You can watch it as it falls. This is going to be a problem. I've got to get ribbon on these things. Nice paper is really, really good. And tape doesn't want to hold it real well. No, no, you don't play with that. It's moving quicksand art, and it's on a stand, and you turn it, it's like a sand timer, sort of. I hope she likes it. I know I'm using the same paper on all of them, but there are enough presents that it doesn't matter if I use this paper till it's gone and I start another one. Funny how, you know, there were similar life issues that I didn't want to have happen with my own kids that happened with me, but a lot of them did. Different reasons. You don't need to chew on that either. You're not a dog. Why do you chew? I think it's absolutely amazing to watch and see how a person's life unfolds. And the tapestry, you know, that is your life. The different threads and the different colors, and everything is just poignant and vivid, and we all lead an interesting history. You know, we all have our stories to tell, and they all kind of lead the same place. You know, we're looking for, I think we're born with a God-sized hole in our hearts that only God can fill, and we might spend a good portion of our lives trying to fill it with other things, but ultimately the only one that can fill that is God. I would love to hear your stories and to hear how your lives got you to where you are today. I hope I'm not boring you too much. I had one of the viewers on our channel wrote me yesterday and was talking about how COVID had changed our lives. You know, 2020 changed our lives so much. And quite frankly, I've been concerned because I want to be able to do more than I can do. And I had fully intended to do this yesterday, have a haul today. And I don't want you to think that I'm that I'm not dependable, that I say things that I don't do. And she said these things to me just as I needed to hear them, about how this channel has been really important. And it's been important to me too. I still haven't gotten the things resolved with YouTube or Temu. And it'll be by the grace of God that I can continue with Temu. I want to be able to continue with hauls and so forth, and I'll do the best I can. I hope there are other things that we can do to stay in touch, you know, that I can do things like this and open my home to you, open my heart to you, and that it'll make a difference. These are socks. They're checkerboard. And the 3 teenage girls that are here, they all got checkerboard socks. I hope they like them. I don't have a box small enough for this. And I really don't know if I'm going to have stuff small enough that this paper will help, but I just have a little hard time wasting stuff. I had something really, really sweet happen today. Well, yesterday actually, but I got an email, a message from a gentleman that had come out to fix my fireplace. It's the only heat that we have out in that family room, and it gets very cold. And he charged me $165, which really wasn't bad at all considering what people charge. And it's his business. I got to meet his son, and he's a Christian man. And we have lots to talk about. He's been out to my house several times during, for the past 3 years to come out and service my fireplace insert. Well, the last few years, he didn't charge me for his services. And I've never expected that. And I expected that this year I would. And I wrote him a check for $165. That's what it came to. And he wrote me, emailed me, said that he and his wife had prayed about it, that we're told to love God and to love man. And he said he wanted to love me through the Lord. And that God told him not to charge me. So once again, God has blessed me through this gentleman. And he has 4 kids. I realize that it just is more than I can tell you. The blessing is just huge. And I receive it as a gift from God. And I told him that. So, this is a Temu item. I don't know what a scrunchie is that should go in there. I have some scrunchies. I'll put one in there. These were little personal exfoliating type things. There's a mitt. And this is you scrub your back with this. It goes around your back and you scrub. Then there's a squishy, or oh golly, what are they called? It's not a loofah. They're net and they're scrubbies. I'm going to set this aside so I can get the item that I need for it. I think I told you, I hold this shirt and told you it was for Peyton. I didn't know whether she'd like it or not. It's pretty, but it looks like it ought to be a t-shirt, and it's got more like athletic texture to it. And it was a male that modeled it. But it has skulls, like she likes. So hopefully she'll like it. Now you're laying on the paper. It's like they know that what they do is getting in the way. The little darlings. Let's see. Okay. Do it this way. $165 will be so helpful this month. God has always taken such good care of me and my children. We've been so blessed. I hope my kids really realize. Maybe they won't until they get older. I don't know how blessed that they are. Where are we here? 55 minutes and 51 seconds. I'll quit here pretty soon. It won't take as long to process this because I'm not having to edit it like I do with the haul. It'd be so fun if we had the ability to, like, I guess we could, you know, do some lives with, oh, what is it, Skype or not Skype, what is the other one? Oh, I can't think. I can think. I'm just not thinking of it. It's like Skype. Zoom. Maybe we could do that to where we can meet each other. I'll look into it and see what we'd have to do. I know we could do live things. I don't know if my equipment is good enough to do that. I mean, it's just a phone. I don't know if I'd need to have more than that or not. But I think Zoom is kind of supported differently. Although I know that with Zoom, even when the kids were doing online school and stuff, and they had Zoom interactions, it was still patchy. Things would break up and stuff. What would you think of doing something like that? Would you participate? We could set it up in advance and I could do a haul over Zoom, and if you had questions, you could ask them and stuff like that. Would that be of interest to you? I wouldn't be able to bow out and pause and do all those kinds of things that I can do to when the cats get naughty. But that's okay. I think it'd be fun. I get to meet you guys face to face, and at least some of you, those of you that would like to do it. Oh, here's another set of these socks, so these go to somebody else. If you could see my room. Now this is a pretend nose ring. She wants to get her septum pierced, and I don't want to do it right now. This wouldn't be for septum, it would be for right there on your nose. I'm going to wait to wrap that too. I'll wrap it with something that would be bigger. There's a hug while I can't be there. Put me in your pocket and take me everywhere. It's called a pocket penguin. As much as she doesn't want to admit that she needs me or loves me, I think in her little heart of hearts she'll appreciate it. These are those things that you put over your wrists, and they have a hole in it for your thumbs. There's a lot of little stuff in here. I feel really good that it started. It has started. Oh my, oh my. Trying to see what all is in here. Oh, these I hold. And you know what? I never even showed them to you because she was around. I didn't want her to know. These are her anime type figures. There are several of them. These are like $5.95. They have their own little stands. Here's one. I can't say that I like these, but she does. I don't understand anime. I really don't. And I don't suppose that I would encourage it. It's what she's liking right now. There's a little girl. And I guess what, she tells me is that it's the fight between good and evil. There's one of the fighters. We grew up on stuff that was not necessarily what my parents liked either. Well, my parents didn't really get involved in that stuff. It wasn't until the Beatles that they thought that the world was going to go fall apart because of the Beatles. There's another one. But Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny and all of those, there was a lot of violence in that stuff too. I don't know that it affected me, because, there was so much fantasy in it. And rabbits don't talk and all that stuff. But now the cartoons that the kids have are so real. It isn't pretend. It's pretend because it didn't really happen. It's a production. With that being said, though, you know, it could. Does he have blood on him? He does. He has a sword behind his back. So these are little creatures fighting for good. Oh, cats. Why don't you just stop? She should have been called Avalanche instead of Milo. She doesn't, she's uncoordinated. She has no perception of stuff. She just fell off the table. It's a little choker. She hasn't tried again. Maybe she's decided that she's not going to do that again. She likes Hello Kitty. And I got her stickers. These are a pair of black skinny jeans that I got before I knew that she didn't want skinny jeans. They're nice. They're distressed. You know, when we were kids, I had holes in my clothes, but it wasn't the style. It was a shameful thing. I hope she likes them. And it's got a rip in the knees and a rip in the, a little higher up than the knees. They're a nice denim. At least you're getting to see what I got her. I think I'm wrapped out for a minute. You know, get more done, but she's a little artist. And I got her some sketchbooks. These are sketchbooks that she can take with her. And they are sketchbooks. They have the nice sketch paper. Hand things. Another sketchbook. Oh, I got her some professional sketching pencils. And this is another package of socks. Well, these socks, Temu has great socks, and they have great value. Their socks are good, and they're good socks. These are kind of cute. I paid like $3 and something for these, and there's 6 pair, I think. Look at how the stretch on these. They're really nice. And his flowers. She'd just as soon not have socks that match. I can't stand that. There are these. Oh, you know what? I fibbed to you. There's 4 pairs, so it was 3 something. These have little flowers at the top. And these. I've got about 10 bags of socks in my room that have not been allocated yet. I probably won't for now. And you know, as long as there have been socks on this earth, I'm sure that the sock monster gets them for everybody. In that place that you have where all the special stuff goes that you want to make sure that you don't lose, there's socks there too. Let me see. Okay. We lost 2 kitties. I think I told you this. And one of them was her cat. They both died within just a few weeks of each other. Same symptoms. They weren't litter mates. I am pretty convinced that they got poisoned, but they were sick for... One of them, I took him to the vet and they gave him IV fluids, did everything that they could do, and he started getting better, and then he failed again, and I ended up having to have him put to sleep. And then the other one did the same thing, and he failed faster, but it was the same way. They were 3 years old. And this kitty shirt reminds me a lot of one of the kitties that died. And that was her cat. So hopefully she'll enjoy this. His name was Dean. Never gets easier, you know. They take a piece of your heart with them. I say they're annoying and all of that, but I love them. She likes Scream. And this is like a fanny pack with that horrible thing on it. And slippers. And there's more. What is this? Oh, this is another shirt. I'm going to have to wrap this up pretty quick because I've got to get out of here and stuff so she won't see it. This is not, it's kind of a crop top, but it's not. It'll meet her where her pants go. She doesn't wear low-rise pants. But it's got the mock shirt underneath and skulls on the front. I'm almost done. I hope she enjoys her Christmas. There's a bunch of jewelry in here. You know, Temu has a lot of stuff that applies to like movies and stuff, but they don't call it that. This is part of Stranger Things. It's some kind of a creature. This says Stranger Things on it. It's a pin. It's like that. I ended up getting her two. She'll figure out what to do with it, though, I'm sure. And there ended up being two of these guys. And now this bracelet is a Stranger Things bracelet. And you know how kids change. I hope she doesn't come to me sometime soon and say, I don't like Stranger Things anymore. There's her bracelet. It's got 11 on it. That's the name of one of her characters. It's got all kinds of different things. I don't know what they're called. She would know. There's a bus. I guess they got to get around, huh? There's one of the girls is called Hacker Girl. I don't know. It's just got lots of little designs and charms, and it has rhinestones in between each charm. I think it's kind of a pretty bracelet. There's another one of those creatures, but that's a keychain, so it's a little different. And this is a necklace that says Stranger Things on it. So those are her jewelry items. And this is the only toy that I got her. She's just kind of not into toys anymore. This is a bubble gun. And I got them for all the grandkids so that they can have fun together with them. You put batteries in here, and then it shoots out bazillion bubbles. I've seen them work, and they are really cool. She wanted a belt with a star on it, so I got her that. Oh, there's more stuff. More jewelry. Now I've got more than just duplicates. There's another, that's an ear thing. She doesn't have pierced ears yet. I'm not sure if these are for her or for my other granddaughter. These are Lilo and Stitch. I'll have to fish and find out if she liked them. And another necklace, but this one is different than the other one. This is a guitar pick. Same topic, you know, it's the same. And then last but not least, these are fishnets. I gave her the green ones already. So, for now, I think that that's what I've got going on. I have a good haul for tomorrow. You know, I'd really like for you guys to open the community page. I write to you every day. I had pictures of the Christmas tree. Kind of completed. I didn't get the top because I can't reach it. My daughter will help me with that tonight, I think. And I just write stuff in there that I would really like for you to know. I see that there are days when, I mean, there are very few of you that look at the community page. And it would give you a heads up about stuff. And of course, to like and subscribe is important. And if you're so inclined, please comment. Your comments mean so much. They truly are my heart. More fishnets. Okay, so we're traveling incognito again. Everything is put away. Thank you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I will write in the community page tonight. And until next time, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you and I love you. And thank you for sharing my life with me. Thank you. Bye-bye.